Sometimes when you buy interfacing, it will come with instructions on how to fix it to the back of your fabric, but often I find that it doesn't. So what I tend to do is to cut it the same size or slightly smaller than my pattern piece, pop it on my ironing board, glue side up so that you can feel those dots. Whenever I'm working with anything with glue, I tend to just pop a bit of scrap fabric down over my ironing board cover just to protect it. And then you pop your pattern piece over the top, making sure those edges are nicely lined up. If you're worried about your iron, you can always use a pressing cloth, and that can be any piece of scrap cotton, calico, or a tea towel. Then take your iron on a medium heat with no steam and just run it across the top of your fabric, keeping it moving so that no one bit of the fabric gets too hot. And I do that for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then carefully just have a little look to see if it's fused, and if not, just keep going and keep checking until it is. Once it's fused and cooled down, you can take it and sew with it like any other piece of fabric. There are several different types of interfacing. For our projects we tend to use non-woven fusible interfacing, which just means that you can fix it directly to the back of the fabrics that you're working with. We find this by far the easiest and most beginner-friendly type of interfacing to use. So this usually comes in 3 weights. There's the lightweight, medium weight, and heavyweight. And because it goes on the back of the fabric, it just comes in 2 colours, the white and then this charcoal grey. So for lighter fabrics we'd use the white, and for darker fabrics we'd use the grey. So on one side you'll feel that it feels quite smooth and papery, and then on the reverse it's quite rough and you can feel these tiny little dots. These are the fabric glue, which when heated by the iron are what melts and fixes the interfacing to the back of your fabric. We also love working with this fusible fleece because we find, as well as giving it the structure that interfacing does, it gives it body and a bit of fullness as well. So it's a little bit thicker than the interfacing, a bit more like a wadding. On one side it's nice and fleecy, and on the other side, just like the interfacing, you can feel these little dots of glue.